Just lost my hiking partner. Spent the afternoon hiking with a guy named Bigfoot. He's a YouTuber, and I had talked to him through his YouTube channel prior to him starting out here. He only has 100 days total to do the trail, including travel time. So he's got to do the trail actually in 99 days. So he's got a day to get back to St. Louis, where he lives. Great guy, and sounds like, you know, him and I would definitely be good hiking partners if situations were different, and they're not. So he has the time he has, so it is what it is. But I thought I'd take this opportunity to talk about another aspect of the trail, because what he's doing is he's going to do what's called the Connecticut Challenge. And so he's waiting. Another guy that's hiking right around here, a guy named Bullet, him and Bullet are going to do the Connecticut Challenge. And basically what it is the idea is to do the entire state of Connecticut, which is about 50 miles, in one day. So the two of them are going to crash back at the shelter back there and get a couple hours of sleep till just after midnight. Then they're going to get up and go and do that 50 miles. Not something I'm interested in doing, because in the process they're going to be pushing really hard. They're going to be really tired, and they're not going to see too much of the trail that they're walking on. And to be honest, this particular portion of the trail is some of the most beautiful. But so the Connecticut Challenge is about 50 miles in one day. I'm going to talk about some of these other trail challenges that there are. There's also a Maryland Challenge. You can go through the whole state of Maryland in one day. That's about 40 miles. And the interesting part about that is that so you would obviously start in the state of West Virginia and end up in Pennsylvania. But West Virginia is only about 3 miles, 3.5 miles. So really for 44 miles, you can do what's called the 4-state challenge. And so you start actually in Virginia, do the couple miles of West Virginia, and then you move into Maryland, do all of Maryland, that 40-mile stretch, and then you end up in Pennsylvania. And so you can do 4 states in one day. I know a number of people that tried that. I don't know any that personally that made it. I've heard that some have before, but it's a pretty tough stretch. A lot of people underestimate how tough Maryland is. They hear stories about it being easy, but Maryland's really a pretty rocky terrain. And more to the point, why wouldn't I do it? Because walking through Maryland was very cool for me. It's the site of a lot of Civil War activity, and there's a lot of parks, memorials, monuments that you can stop and see along the way, and I did, to learn about the history through that time. So that was a great opportunity for me that I wouldn't have missed by having to push and do the miles and not paying attention to what was around me. There's a bunch of other challenges. There's a 100-mile challenge where you do 100 miles in 2 days. Also, you know, so that's just crazy. There's a 24 challenge where you do 24 miles in 24 hours while drinking 24 cans of beer that you have to carry with you. So part of the thought of that is, you know, if I drink some before I start, you know, or right at the start, then I have to carry them less. But you got to kind of spread the beers out over the time so that you can maintain your focus. So again, not really the type of thing that meshes with my hike, but there's all these different challenges out here, some of which is to just keep things interesting. You know, for some people, just putting one foot in front of the other, getting up and doing the same thing over and over every day, gets boring. I've had a great time. I never got what they really call the Virginia blues, where you're just tired of doing the same thing over and over. Every part of the trail has really been different for me, and I've enjoyed it. I did get to a point where I had some thoughts about, you know, my family being home and me missing them, and whether or not, you know, it made sense just to go home and be with them. But they were very supportive, and have continued to be amazingly supportive. And so I'm going to see this thing through, and I'm eternally grateful for that. This is a once in a lifetime, so, you know, I'm making the most of it. The challenges are part of the trail. They're an aspect that some people participate in. There's other ones that don't come to mind at the moment. But, you know, throughout the trail, there's all these different challenges. And it's part of the history of the trail and part of the culture. So whether you participate in them or not, just, you know, learning about them and appreciating them is part of being out here. So I thought I'd share that with you, let you kind of in on some of the trail culture, and at the same time let you see some of this amazing terrain. I think I decided that part of the reason that I've enjoyed New York so much is because the terrain is as close to Ohio and Michigan as anywhere I've been. There aren't really mountains here. There's some larger hills, but mostly it's very rolling terrain, not very steep. The plants and animals are most similar to what I'm used to. And so I think I've really enjoyed this state the most. I'll be leaving New York and heading into Connecticut in about a mile here. So I'm hoping it kind of stays the same for a little while and I get to continue to enjoy it. And if not, then I'll be surprised and get to enjoy something a little bit different. So, having a great time out here, enjoying myself a lot. Did get a little bit of rain last night, but like I said in the last video, not enough to really provide enough water for us. So we're still figuring that all out. We're hoping we get a little bit more rain tonight to replenish these streams, and eternally thankful for all the support that we have at home and the love of our family. So I particularly want to, you know, thank my wife, my children, my family for being so supportive. You guys are great. Love you. Talk to you later. Puck out.